Greetings, I'm SillyPseudonym, and this is Airborne Kingdom. Now I ran into this game through Vladimir Ledoux's stream of Indie Gems fame. So he had me playing this game, and I thought it would be a lovely one to do for myself.
In a bygone age, a kingdom existed like no other. This kingdom did not anchor its power. This kingdom took to the skies. The Airborne Kingdom traveled to every kingdom on the ground, sharing knowledge, culture, and tradition. Its great council guided the lands through a golden age. Yet, long before even our elders can remember, the Airborne Kingdom vanished. The people sought to continue their harmony, but self-interest began to overrule. The land's 3 regions slowly isolated. Trade, travel, connections all unwound. Kingdoms contracted, and small settlements nearby were nearly wiped away. Bygone times turned to legend. But in the tapestry, we found instructions. A blueprint to remake the technology of the ancients. A prophecy to restore the Airborne Kingdom. There was but one belief we had wrong that day, though it proved vital. For such a finding was no chance at all.
Liftoff. All our painstaking efforts have succeeded. Our home flies. Yet this is only the beginning. To truly rebuild the ancients' vision, we need to find every kingdom upon the lands and befriend them as common allies. We also need inhabitants to form our great council in this new empire. We should start with the kingdom of Rutula, not far from us, and the only kingdom we know. Seems reasonable. But first we must build houses and find supplies. Let's begin. Now, as previously stated, I've seen the first hour or so of this game, so I know what the introduction is like. But I haven't played through very far. Just enough to adjust the audio settings. Still not entirely happy with them, but maybe it works. The Tapestry Ruin. An unremarkable ruin is half covered in sand, similar to the hundreds scattered across the barrens, and yet within its walls we find the prophecy that we hope can change the fate of an empire. For at the beginning of this legend, the Tapestry Ruin was still unmarked and unknown, and yet through the course of our story it would become the genesis of myth. From the Journals of Our Travels by Mulab, the second chronicler. Okay. So we have a city. We can right-click and change its direction. We can select nearby resources once we build a hangar to go send planes to go gather from. And right now we're just going to have to figure out how to build first a hangar. It'll take 10 adobe brick. We need to build housing blocks for at least 9 people. First I'm going to do a path. Paths are needed to connect everything. So it makes sense just to surround our central structure. and I will almost certainly be making adjustments as we go along. But for now, we just need it to be basically functional. Alright, let's build a path down the middle-ish. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that's the middle. Same for up here. Put a path there. And let's build one hanger in the back. I like it that way. There we go. And let's build a housing block. Now houses can be stacked 4 together. And but I don't have enough wood for it anymore, so we'll have to get on those first. And then we can go gather some wood. Okay, yes. We know the tutorial, thank you. Basically just telling us that we have to watch speed and tilt. If you get the kingdom unbalanced, people get angry because they don't like walking uphill one way and downhill another way and everything leaning sideways when they sit down for dinner. So we have to keep food, water, coal in supply to keep our inhabitants going. Food and water to keep people happy, coal to keep from not crashing onto the ground. Then we'll need to gather wood for basic construction, adobe brick, iron, glass, and canvas. And then this is our general storage. And relics. Relics are something we use to trade for technology. So that's definitely something we want. Basic controls, yes, use WASD. Use the C key to center. And again, we built the hangar, so now we have 7 aircraft. Can upgrade to more. And as soon as we get some wood, we'll start building more housing. Let's see, come on. No, because it's not actually built yet, I can't add to it. Oh no, because I don't have any wood. That would explain it. Get everyone to come in. And we'll need to work on getting silos up and running as well. But I don't want to build too quickly too soon, because the more we build, the more lift we use. And if we use up all our lift, we have to get the technology and build more lift making devices. So that will be an issue. The academy requires 30 wood. Okay, we're going to take a lot for that one. Now, there's plenty more around here. You can click M or go down here to click to do the big map. Useful for getting your bearings. This is your quest researches, and the map is your quest log as well. And this just centers your camera. And up here you have what time of day it is, speed, upper left hand corner, how happy your people are, how many people you have, people in work, yes we know, and we have to get the academy up so we can actually build. Let's go over here and see if we can't get some more wood, as well as get some water. Now I still am not entirely sure what all the numbers are for. I'm sure they have some purpose, but why is this 46, 32, and 29 is that it? It's not obviously not connected to each other, so I have no clue. That's coal. We'll definitely need some of that. Small settlement. We can look for recruits. We have room for one more. Okay, the sun-caked faces were hard as leather. Most workers ignored our presence and continued their thankless tasks, but we have 3 people all excited to join, so let's grab one of them. We'll see if we can get the rest later. I want to get the academy up and running so that we can start research. I see, looks like dyes. Yeah, dye settlements will let us color our buildings. Need to wait for the forest to get chopped before we can have people free to go get food. So we need total of 40 wood. How much forest do we have left down here? 12. Not quite enough. But at least we're stocking up on water. Let's see, 5. Would have made more sense to send 6 then, but that's okay. It's a very nice design. Little classic Final Fantasy egg beater down here at the bottom. That's all you need really. Bunches of fans, a mist generator, you're good to go. Oop, the academy said we need more people. Well, of course we do. Well, let's go back to that settlement, I suppose, and get those last people. Alright, misplace the settlement. There it is, behind the clouds. Alright, grab some more people. Okay, we have 5 idle, but we do not have enough wood now. But that's okay, we will get some food in. And send some people here for coal. Clay. How much clay can we hold? Maybe a little bit. Close enough, yes. Fluorescent ponds. Materially, there was no benefit to swapping motifs on our kingdom, yet still some might call it fun. Okay, so we got some dyes from that. And there's another forest. That's good to know. Cut down on one so I can send them to the forest. And there is a ruin. What can we cut back on? Building motifs. Yes, they let us colorize. We can click the little palette button. Alright. We shall do that later. Okay, water storage is full. Too far away, so we don't have to worry about that part anymore. Send someone to get some relics. Again, relics are what you use basically as a currency for technology blueprints, which we will need before we can build anything more complex than our starting structures. Food is maxed out, so we can cancel that for now. Spend all those resources instead on wood. As soon as we get that academy up and running, we need to start researching. I'm missing a house. I need to fix that. Bothering my sense of symmetry. Alright, while I'm waiting, clay. Lots of things over here to explore. Don't see anything major over there. That's where we came from. Guess we keep heading north then. Oh, we're almost able to build the academy. One more plane, please. I do like how they land here. They actually escape through the bottom. Alright, I'll put the academy here. 0 people idle. Put in another house up here if I can. There we go. And the academy is complete. Alright. We can start on an adobe kiln. That will be used to make the bricks from clay. These all we will have to trade for. Storage, we can enhance our current storage capacity. Don't have anything on the propulsion lifter desires just yet. And we can already start on housing, hangar, and the town center itself. Faster movement's good. More coal storage. I can regain more resources when moving, or regain all resources when moving. Okay. Let's go ahead and research housing. And then I think movement. I think we'll start with housing and then go to movement. Alright. Gather up a little bit more wood. In fact, I can go ahead and be moving north while we're doing all this. It's coal. There's some clay. Okay, if there's 3 remaining, I can cut that down to 2. Go ahead and put in a little clay. And grab a tad more food. An unknown kingdom. Let's see what they have to say. And another ruin. Well, I don't think it's an unknown kingdom if it's the kingdom of Rutula. And we did say we only knew of one kingdom is to the north, so I don't think it's an unknown kingdom, really. Okay, yes. We need propulsion. We need to make alliances. And the panel bullet hover. Okay. Thank you. Kingdom of Rutula. To fulfill the prophecy, we must have Rutula allied with us. Our machines awe the crowds and give an audience with the queen. We may also seek, ancient blueprints that we can combine with our knowledge to make wondrous technology. Our maiden arrival to Rutula was more dire than we expected, for their kingdom was further in ruin than our rumors had ever told. Okay, let's start our quest with them. They seek our assistance for an important task. The Queen tells that the Great Conservatory is in ruin. If only we could find the resources and lend some of our workforce to its reconstruction. Completing such requests is the first step to gaining a kingdom's trust, and eventually reconnecting them together to establish the prophecy once more. The queen and her retinue looked no more regal than her subjects, save for a tall golden leaf reaching high above her head. It was clear that our aid was meant to establish some grandeur to her stature. Okay, so we need 10 forest and 2 adobe, and 2 people working for 1 hour. Okay, we have the wood. We don't have the adobe. Rutulans, like many kingdoms we've come to learn, had forgone the knowledge of the ancients, but many a scavenger would risk her neck to unearth the wreckage for our study, with the promise of a rare jewel. Okay, glass smelter, wing and sail. I want the glass smelter for sure. Wing and sail. Sure, maybe when we have that later. Okay, do we have... We'll need to research the adobe kiln. Only takes 2 hours. Okay. As soon as we're done the housing. In the meantime, let's see what else we have around here. Coal is good. Oh, that's just the kingdom I was at. Any ruins nearby? Okay, there's a few islands here to the east. Let's look over there real quick. And speed up time. Thicket. Forest. Yeah, there's another ruin. Go grab some relics that we can trade. The music in this game is lovely. As are the effects, I mean. I've already pointed out the egg beater at the bottom, but all joking aside, it's a nice mishmash. This kind of looks like the front of the ship here, but this part looks more like a castle. Sort of an Arabian desert theme. It's all very nice. The Eternal Forge. A large forge glows hot with colored sparks. Though the nearby settlement has been long abandoned, the millwork is similar color to the sparks emanating from the forge. The exact alloy is a mystery, but it appears we can change the colors for our own metals with these new dyes. Okay, yeah, so again, this is some kind of just optional coloration, which is fine. It's not horribly exciting, but it's something. What about you? A small settlement. Let's see if we can recruit some people here. One may be astonished that not all settlers escaped the lands at first opportunity, but pride in their own people was a driving force in their lives, as it remains today. Okay, so I have enough room for them, so let's recruit them. Yep. More people means more people eating food, admittedly, but we should be okay for now. Unknown ruin. Alright, let's go visit this ruin too. So you gather a bit more wood as we fly by. This looks like a specialized ruin of some kind. We'll see. The Golden Grove. Yes, indeed. A small grove of brilliant golden trees surrounded a ruin from the ancient empire. Nowhere had anyone seen trees of such magnificence. That they emerged from the empire's ruins added to their wonder. The scene brought us to our knees. Okay, so I assume that's a quest item. We just don't have it yet. That's kind of annoying. I'd be happy to gather some seeds or whatever, but we'll may do. Is that another empire over there? It looks like another little kingdom. Okay. Maybe. Send people to all these little ruins. We've already got the relics from there. Another ancient ruin, rotting in the winds of the barrens. It seems there's more to this ruin below ground, but we hazard to attempt a voyage inside, for it may collapse at any moment. The ruins remind us of our task in port, and that the fragile empire we sought to create would need constant tending. Okay, so again, I assume this is a quest item that we do not yet know. Alright, let's work on the adobe kiln so we can actually start making our own brick. Small settlement. We can't yet recruit people, but maybe we can build more housing so that we can. Okay. 3 people, 3 spots. Okay, that is going to mean we eat a lot of food and drink a lot more water, though. We do need to keep an eye on that. Found all these relics. More little settlements over here. Food is looking good. Water is a concern. Okay, adobe kiln researched. Let's get our speed up. Being able to get around this map, especially since we're obviously going to have to do some backtracking, is definitely going to be of import here. Takes 15 and 3 people. Okay, well, let's... Okay, people aren't going to like living near this, right? Because of the fumes. So we need to build it, I guess, further back. Just keep adding forward and back. I guess I can build more this way as well. Because I will also need storage. See, that is... This is 3. That is 2. So can I just put 1 here and then later on put another one over there? Is that tilting too much? We are tilting a little bit, but not horribly. Weight limit's going to be an issue, though. Well, we shall see, we shall see. There's some water. Go over here, grab some water. Small settlement. How many people do we have here? Three more, all right. We'll need to build yet more housing. Okay, that's all the wood we have. Oh boy, there's a lot over here. Shouldn't have gone this way. Let's just go for the water for now. We'll focus on the rest later. Stuck up on water and food. There's a ruin over here we can pillage. I mean, explore. Just sit everywhere we can to get as much water as we can. Okay, also get some food. Nothing over here. Let's go see what this kingdom has to say for itself. And if I can, I'll grab a little bit of wood some of this. And maybe some clay. And who are you people? Kantus Crossing. Okay. The people of Kantus live near the Valley of Kings, and thus greatly value the treasure of the ancients. They are mesmerized by our flying machines, and their council wishes to speak. The name Kantus was a portmanteau. Sure, we'll go with that. Of two ancient words, both meaning treasure, hearkening to their admiration for the past. Of the kingdoms of legend, Kantus was one of the most kind to the founder. Okay. They have a request. A band of seekers has not returned for a long while. Sent to a particularly desolate part of the Valley of Kings, they were searching for a tome described in legends, but must have become lost along their way, or perhaps worse. The seekers have only the transport caravan in Kantus that can reach the Valley of Kings. If we could find the seekers and bring them home, their allegiance would be assured. The seekers of Kantus dared the waste, all in the desire for further knowledge. Their task came with grave risk, and while reverence was abundance, so was mourning. Okay, so it's risky. Blueprints. Let's see what you have to give to us. The generational learnings of Kantus were housed in their Hall of Records, a place more revered than any other by the populace. All must pay a tithing to gain access to the treasures inside, and even a revered ancient kingdom was no different. Okay, a charcoal hut transforms wood into coal. Okay, that sounds very helpful. Ooh, and a farm and street lamps. Okay, we're getting into advanced stuff now. Okay, so this I assume is if we run out of wood, or we're running out of coal and we need the wood. That's both 10. I only have 10 relics though. Okay, this turns wood into coal. This turns water into food. Okay. That requires glass. Let's go with it first. I can see it being more useful for longer journeys than the farm, from what we have seen at the very least. Okay, so we're actually coming along fairly well. Okay, so we have 2 kingdoms we've met. I assume because of the tapestry there are 3 regions and 4 kingdoms in each region, so we've found half them for this region. So I guess we'll have to see if we find the others or complete the quest first. I think this will be a good place for a cut though, so I thought this game was rather charming. Didn't look too difficult, but it looked fun, just enough to keep things interesting, yet still have some interesting little stories here and there. So I'll stop for now, and as ever, I'll thank you all for coming by.